Tell us what that is and what it means to you. I know it's real important to you.
Our school motto is one school, one team.
And what does it mean?
One school, one team.
Of the community.
Well, the community is definitely one piece of a comprehensive puzzle. Very important to note, every kid at Leslie Peters has been removed from their community for various reasons. Also, in the very near future, every one of them will return back to their respective communities. And just for the record, they haven't always had successful experiences within their community, and for varying reasons, sometimes their communities have failed them. What a great opportunity for them to have this experience that involves the community, and hopefully what it'll serve as a springboard for them to be successful once they return.
So yeah, that turned out, and you know what, with the cold.
Well, I'm not gonna. I'm busy right now, but can I call you back?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Mom. Okay. All right, I love you. Bye bye.
Those in there, you know, in that detailed proposal, and then the other one with Haggerty. Okay, the Halfway House project, Christine approached me about that, and the reason I felt like I wanted to be a part of that was, one, it was something that I knew, so I was very comfortable with the landscape process of it, and wanting to beautify the area. But also to a little bit more deeper level was the fact that she had mentioned about what the Halfway House was, the boys that were, you know, kind of in trouble and that type of thing, not having their lives together. And I thought, well, you know, I've been blessed with a gift, and a lot of people love landscaping. They love seeing things that are nothing come to a beautiful idea that, oh my gosh, I never knew that could be. And that's kind of like my thought with those boys, because face it, we've all been in trouble. You know, I was when I was younger too, but I was yet given a chance by my father to be able to do that work, and now I see what I do. You know what I do, and it's like those guys need to know that there's something out there for them. That, hey, you know, a lot of could look and see what we did together, not only the camaraderie of the work that day, but see that, wow, my life is worth something. You know, they can see that I can do something, I'm valuable. And that's really the most important reason that I did it. Not for the exposure, not for anything like that. I loved working with guys. I miss actually being out in the field, like I mentioned earlier, all the labor portion. My body just doesn't hold up anymore. But with all those guys working together, it was really nice, and then knowing that, you know, there were some guys out there that might be touched by that and might be inspired to do that in their career, to leave that life of the problems that they're experiencing, and you know, doing something more important with their life. And I think at the end of the day, when we were done too, you know, a lot of the guys really enjoyed that. I saw that in their faces, and hopefully that would inspire them to, you know, to know that there's a life ahead of them. That it's not, you know, it's not everywhere that they came from. It's where they're going. So that's the reason that I did it, and I think it turned out great. I hope they thought so too.
That's good.
What's this doing? Getting rid of what's called air pockets. All the air pockets. Because then the roots will spread out, not they'll get what's called encircling roots. They'll grow into each other and eventually pull the tree.
I had the keys, I'd go and get you one, but. Huh?
You gotta pop that out, so.
Okay, so we need like, we'll take it to Mr. Miles.
Hey, stop them. Just drop them in there and then go like that.
So that's what is that entryway? Is that to the?
That's that
That's
side door there.
right
kinda-
into the side door that goes to the back hallway.
Okay. So that's this is where we did the original.
And that's the main entrance.
Yeah, that's where we did the water feed. This is the entryway right here. So this is that secondary entrance or whatever. There's the fence. There's a fence there. I think the chain link fence is there. Okay. So go ahead and get you some costs on that.
Just kind of want to estimate
For
on the
the
pricing
estimate
of
on the
the
pricing.
plants and whatever
Yeah,
we
the
need for
wholesale
that section
pricing
there.
again on the.
Started, how did you get interested in landscaping and?
Well, I first got started. I think the first thing I could ever remember was the fact of being in my grandmother's garden when I was like 7, 8 years old. I think that kind of piqued my interest in landscaping. Not so much landscaping, but growing plants and seeing the outcome of it. And then as I got older, I always had a gift of art. My mom kind of grew that up in me a bit, and then my father started an irrigation business when I think we were about 10 or 11 years old. So in the summers, my brother and I, not wanting to get into trouble, my dad suggested us work in the business. So we did a little irrigation, and that was all right, but I really didn't like that. My gift was more in designing, and as we got a little bit older, my father had opportunities to do landscaping for some companies. And to do some model homes. And he asked me and I think it was when I was about 14, 15, we were sitting at the dinner table and he said, do you think you could draw a plan out for landscaping? And I said, well, yeah, I knew plants, I loved them, I worked with them while we were doing irrigation, and that was more of my interest. And so I sat down and developed this plan and looking at other architects' graphics and things like that, and put it all together. And to my surprise, here at 15 years old, the home builder loved the plan, so we installed it, and from that day forth, it was like, hey, Dad said, let's open a landscape business. So he did that. I still went to school, full time, and then in the summers and then the evenings and part time just kept drawing. And then just my love for plant materials just began to grow, and trying to be a better designer. My dad always taught us at a young age to always try to get better at what you do. Baseball, we were always in, always learning to be a better pitcher, etc. So as the business grew, my dad did hire a landscape architect that we sat side by side with designing. So here I am, a 16, 17-year-old landscape designer and this degreed landscape architect, and I was learning his graphics. So really I got to go to school for free, pretty much. So being in the field too, landscaping, learning how plants grew, and then just having hands-on, and then sitting beside a degreed architect, I learned his graphics, learned his the way he laid things out, but still felt that the engineer style of designing was really, really rigid. And then I knew that I was onto something, and I shouldn't say onto something, that I was blessed with a gift that I had more clients that were coming to me rather than this architect. So it was kind of neat thinking, wow, I've got a real gift here. So I just continued to develop that. Mom and Dad, after a few years after we were out of high school, decided they want to move back to the mountains of West Virginia. So they went back there, so I was like, oh my gosh, But I wanted to start my own business. My dad's company was with one of his partners, which didn't get along too well with. So what I decided to do is work on my own business, and I've been doing that ever since.